Hello and good morning. Welcome to Beginner Bodyweight and Kettlebell. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And we are Bars and Bells. Joining us today with your body weight and perhaps a kettlebell or light dumbbell implement, we will work on our strategies for stretch, strength, and endurance with simple tools and simple techniques. Simple doesn't mean easy. Simple means simple. Let's add some complexity to the drills later on, but first we'll start with our bodyweight warm-up. Take your hands, clasp them together, and draw a wrist circle. Notice that one hand will be doing the action, in this case it's my left, and the other will be more along for the ride. One or two more revolutions in that direction, and then switch. Still, my left is doing the work, and my right is along for the ride. Open your hands, shake them out, put them back together, perhaps in a different position, and then switch to let the right or the alternate arm hand do the driving, one or two more repetitions in that direction, and then switch. Crack, crack, I hear over at Lauren. Questions we get is, are cracks okay? They're not ideal, but they happen. Do they hurt? No? Okay, we'll roll through it. Next, at the elbows. At the elbows, extending the arms out to the side, bend the elbow towards touching the shoulder. Then, bring the hands out to the side, turn the palms down, and repeat. Touch the tops of the shoulders, out to the side in that W shape, back and around, and last time in this direction. Keep the elbows mostly fixed in place. Let's switch our direction. Turn the palms up, brush the tops of those shoulders, extending through. Turn the palms up, backs of shoulders to the front and around, and last one here. And down, finish palms forward, and then shake it out. With those arms again extended at the sides, elevate the shoulders as a shrug, and then put them down. Repeat one more, elevate shoulders up and down, and then protract or round forward, retract, pull together, repeat one more, forward, and retract. Now, place your hands out to the side, and here, can we shift our rib cage towards the left? Pull through center, shift that rib cage to the right. Shift and shift. If we were to stand against the wall here as Lauren continues, that might provide the feedback necessary to isolate that rib cage can move. Repeat one or two more repetitions, and then take the hands across the chest. Now, extend that sternum forward, keeping the glutes squeezed, feet pressing into the floor, and then round or hollow out the back. Repeat, press forward, shoulder blades in retraction, and then rounding the spine, check that the shoulder blades are still squeezing together. Repeat a couple more. Similarly, if we were to stand against the wall here, it's pressing the sternum forward through the rib cage, making sure that the hips don't hinge back or come forward. Wiggle that out. Returning to those arms, place them in the W shape. From your W, elevate the shoulders and pull them down. Then casually extend at those elbows out to the side or in a T shape. Repeat once more of an elevated shoulder and then pull down. Pull the elbows back to the W. Next, challenge yourself to move from the T shape towards the Y as we keep those armpits or shoulders low, extending to straight. Next phase, elevate the shoulders, pull down, and then continue to pull back down to the W. Repeat one more time and either perform a T, a Y, or perhaps an I as we elevate the shoulders one last time, pull down, and then extend to your safe position, maintaining the elbows straight, biceps towards those ears. One time, elevate shoulders, pull those back down, and return the elbows to the W shape. Shake it out. We're going to turn it over to Lauren, help warming up that low body for some squats and ankle mobility. Take it away.
We're going to do our 3-position squats, but we're going to add to that. So we're standing first in parallel position, feet facing forward, hips and shoulders forward. Drive into the floor, press so that your toes are bent and the ball of your foot is on the floor. Now use your toes to go point, roll over the toes, roll back over the toes to point, ball of foot, push down, extend your hips other side. Ball of foot, point, roll over, roll back, switch. One more time on each. Really trying to use those toes and articulate through. There might be some cramping. Lightly work through it, but be safe. Once this foot's down, we're gonna go 3 parallel knees over toes squats. So knees press over toes, stand back up tall. Knees press over toes, head and shoulders on top of each other as well as on top of hips. Knees press over toes. Now this time extend, grow up to that 2-legged balance. Holding up here, ribs to hips, glutes squeezed, kneecaps pulled up, and now slowly descend back down to your heels. We're going to turn out to our first position and do the same thing. So first, roll through the foot to ball, point, roll over, roll back, heel comes down, both knees straight. Take your time. As you're doing these walkovers here, still drive that knee out from the glute. Try to keep those inseams facing forward the whole time. Last roll over, and then we'll do our 3 knees over toes. Knees press over toes, back up tall, pulling the legs together. Knees press over toes, back up tall. Create some tension by pulling that floor together as you're pressing knees over toes. This time, keep growing up. 2-legged balance again. Hold. 3, 2, keep those knees straight and control the down. One more position. Point, side. Same thing here. It's going to be a little bit different. Ball of foot point, toes. Try to roll over. Roll back and down. Other side. Ball of foot, point, roll over, roll back and down. You'll notice you'll have to do that weight shift or transition here to kind of offload that leg that you're rolling over on the toes. Last one. Heel comes down. Now 3 squats again. Pull the floor together, press those knees over the toes, stand up tall. Like we're against the wall, so that upper body's staying on top of our hips. Up tall. One last time. Knees press over toes. Grow up out of this to find their last balance for 4. Heels are pushing forward. Inseams are pushing forward. 2, 1, and control the landing. Point to transfer. Close. And shake out. Ooh, nice.
Excellent. Warming up the low body in the squats, we'll put that together in 2 variations of our movement clock to start. First, stand tall on one leg, peel up off the floor like Lauren said, extend, and land toe ball heel. We're scissoring that floor together, transferring weight forward, and then press forward to come back. Alternate the leg, repeat the same position out front. Pull off, toe ball heel in a landing, adducting, scissoring into tension, into center, press, return. 1/8 of a turn, or those 10s and 2 positions on the clock, if the clock was on the floor. Pull up, land toe ball heel, and then press forward to come back center. Alternate to the other side. 10s and 2s, return. 9s and 3s are next, so pull up, open that hip, extend, land toe ball heel, and press to center. Other side, same thing. Open, point, land, press, return, center. Pull up the foot again. This time, open the hip, then the shoulders come with, land toe ball heel to those 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock positions on the clock. Other leg, same thing. Hip first, turn the upper body with it, land, and press. Out the back, smallest of them all, it'd be a knee bend first, then extend the hip for the foot to land. The leg that moved bends, the one that stayed in the middle is straight. Press underneath, and last time, bend the knee first, extend the hip, land toe ball heel, and nice and control, press down. From this position, we'll work on our hinges. Open your stance just a little bit. Chop yourself on those hip flexors, pressing the hips back. Are your shins vertical? Feet rooted heavy in the floor? spine long, tension on hams, and then press through to extend with the glutes. Repeat one last time, and then from there we'll walk out into a push-up. Hinge, calibrate the hinge that the shins are vertical, the shoulders are retracted, and then break some of those rules as you tip forward. And for the first time, 10 seconds, high tension plank. High tension for 10 seconds, go. That means hands are gripping, pressing the floor away, armpits pulled down, butt cheeks squeezed, core braced. And for 3, 2, put your knees down for a second. Take a quick breath. Did you like the position of your hands? If not, please change that, but address those hands. Let's establish our plank one more time. High plank, butt cheek squeeze, core brace, tension up for 3, 2. Casually relax. Walk your feet or hands towards one another. Assemble in that hinge position, spine long, shins vertical, and then extend through. Grab a kettlebell or a very, very light dumbbell or ball of your choice. Coming back to the shoulders, our little halo. If you have a kettlebell on the floor, assume the squat stance and pull that bottom up kettlebell into your rack's position. If you have a ball or a book or imagination, join me standing here now. From here, we're going to keep those upper traps down and picture frame the head going around, nice and control, returning to that goblet hold. Alternate your direction. Other shoulder, around, and down. Repeat. Is the head moving? Hopefully not. We're moving the arms or shoulders with that implement around your body, maintaining ribs to hips. Last one each way. Nice and control. Last repetition. Return to the rack. Use your squat or your hinge and place that off to the side. Let's repeat one more time in the movement clock. This time, the leg that stays in the center will do the bending, and the leg that moves will stay straight. I'll start on my, is that good? Mm-hmm. Standing on my right leg, I'll do that plie squat like Lauren warmed us up for. Leg front, and extend, and then switch sides. My left leg is doing the bending, my right leg stays straight underneath. 10s and 2s are next, so reach to that diagonal out front, and then the alternate diagonal out front as well. And then reach lateral to those 9s and 3s, staying nice and tall, stack knees over hips and feet. And then other side, same thing, and tall. To the back, let's keep shoulders and hips squared forward, reaching that leg towards 8 o'clock or 4, underneath, and repeat 8 o'clock or 4 in the other corner to tall. Out the back, it might not be that big. We're keeping our upper body nice and upright, and then extend through. The leg that's in center does the bending. The one out the back stays straight. Extend. Add that wiggle. From here, let's do our hinge one last time as we get to the floor, setting up our hinge. Vertical shins, heavy feet, long spine, and then walk towards the floor. One time only, so give it all you got. 10 seconds of tension, go. Pulling the floor together, squeezing your bum, performing that chin tuck to make sure things stay nice and strong for one more second, and then relax the tension. Walk back and press to your hinge stance. Check in, extend, wiggle. One more time through that halo. I'll use that light dumbbell here as Lauren uses her kettlebell. Grab your kettlebell or your light implement and hold it into this goblet hold position. Using your core brace, if you're down like Lauren, come up with your squat. 3 each way. Picture frame the head, neck. That's 1. Alternate the direction. The ribs are down. We're maintaining our breathing. Push your feet into the floor. Squeeze your buttocks. And control. And last one here.
Last one here.
The last one there. Right on. Into center. And then down. And then wiggle it out. Laura will now take us through a bodyweight get up down. And this is where she'll continue to use that load as we get into our firing range position hold. Use your dumbbell, your imaginary kettlebell, or an actual load of your choice.
To get down to the floor, we'll perform our get up. Cross an arm across your chest, leg that you can touch with that free arm. Step back into your lunge position. Slow descent. 5 seconds down. That front shin is trying to stay vertical, pressing your back hip forward. Once you're down, front foot opens. Add that rotation with your upper body. Chop your hips to push them back. Hand finds floor. Stack your shoulders. Lift the back leg to sweep to your elbow. And then control for 3, 2, 1 to your back. Nice. Rotate your body as needed to get to your kettlebell or your imaginary load. Excuse me. We'll start our first set here with our firing range position, meaning we'll just hold our load in that first position. So start in a cuddle. Bottom hand grips, second hand on top. 2 hands roll to your back. Use 2 hands to press. Once you feel confident and stable in that shoulder, you can remove that top hand and place it on the floor about 45 degrees from your body. My right hand has the bell right now, so that means my right leg is bent, my foot is heavy on the floor, and I can think about driving that foot into the floor and maybe lighting up that butt cheek. And you're also focused on that nice straight wrist position. Your elbow is straight, your shoulder is packed, and that bell is off to the side a little bit, not right over top of your face. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 2 hands on the bell, keeping a vertical forearm, pull your bell down, 2 arm cuddle to your side. Let it go. We'll spin around and do the same thing on the other side. So that second hand is going to, the bottom hand is going to cuddle, grip. Your top hand grips as well. 2 hands roll to your back. 2-handed press. Organize that bell. Pack your shoulder. Nice straight wrist. Other arms on the floor about 45 degrees from your body. That same leg is bent. You could drive into the floor. Feel that glute fire up a little bit. Find that strength and stability in your shoulder, wrist, and elbow. Holding for about another 5, 3, 2, 2 hands on. Vertical forearm, bell pulls down. 2-hand cuddle. Let it go. Let's come up the same side that you came down on. So cross an arm across your body. Other arm out to the side about 45. Use that hip drive that I talked about. Push into the floor, extend your hip, then pull on your elbow. Find your hand or your tall sit. Lift to bridge. Sweep that knee underneath. Hand leaves floor, hips extend through. Front foot moves. Both legs up to tall. Let go.
Nice.
Oh,
we're going to do that again.
Side? Oh.
Yeah, we're going to do that again. But I'm going to come up here and check the chat. I see someone has said hello. I want to see who that is. Please use the chat feature to ask any questions or let us know what you want to do next class. 400 swings? Okay, sounds good.
So we're coming down on the other side this time.
Good morning, flying dog.
Coming down on the other side this time, so crossing the other arm. Leg you can touch. Drop back. Now remember we did a slow lunge down. Slow. 5. Back hip pushes forward. 3, 2. Soft landing. Front foot opens. Rotate upper body. Hinge on hip. Hand finds floor. Shoulders stack. Don't do what I'm about to do. Lift, sweep through to your elbow, and then control 3 seconds to your back and down. Nice. Now, just a second before you join me, if you want, we're going to add on to that firing range hold. I'll show you what you're going to do. If that firing range hold was good for you, keep practicing that. So option 1, stay here, hold. Option 2, drive foot into the floor, extend hip, pull on elbow, control the down. Repeat up to 3 times. Pull bell down, cuddle. Maybe you do 1, that's enough, and you hang out in your firing range. You choose, progress appropriately. Come on down to our cuddle. Bottom hand grips, second hand on top. 2-handed roll, 2-handed press. Safety. Watch my toes, okay? All right.
Yep.
Use your foot into the floor. Extend your hip. Pull on elbow. First move. Control down. Feel that weight into your foot as it helps you control back to your back. Ready? Press into the floor. Extend. Control down. Maybe one more. Just as strong as the first one. To the elbow, keeping the shoulder proud as you end up on your back. 2 hands. Bell pulls down. Roll. Nice. How'd that go? We'll do the same thing on the other side. You might have done your more dominant hand that time. So be safe as you explore the other side. 1, 2, maybe 3. Here we go. Cuddle. Roll, press. Get organized and set up first. When you're ready, if you want to join, drive, extend, pull to your back. Same thing again. Hip drive, pull to elbow. Control to your back. Last one. Drive, extend, pull, and control down. 2 hands on. Bell pulls down. Return through that cuddle. Nice. Let the bell go. We're standing back up via our get up on that second side. So arm across body. Set up. Extend hip. Pull to elbow. Keep that packed shoulder as you come to that tall sit. Lift bridge. Sweep. Sounded like I said left bridge. Press the floor away.
Albertan.
Extend to a lunge. Hop, hop, tall. Shake it out. Nice first moves.
I love those phases of the get up. Working from the firing range to the first move, it allows us to remember those steps and add tension and endurance to our strength pursuit here. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Squats. Lauren, again, warmed up those squats in a narrow squat. Opened up in the first, then to that sumo stance. Squats, what's a squat? A squat is where we try to get our hips towards below the knees. Join me if you can. This is a squat. That's a squat. The effort to get your hips below knees with the spine extended. If you're down with us here, let's take a breath in through the nose and then put a hand on your belly and say, and then stand up and then shake it out. We want that core brace that we can stay nice and strong on both the down and up phases of our squat. Let's repeat that one more time. Take a breath in, core brace, pull yourself low. Exhale. Then take a breath on the core and drive through. That'll be our squat. Perform bodyweight squats or wherever that halo was from before or that kettlebell in your goblet hold, could we squat from there? I'll grab that light dumbbell that I have out to the side here and I'll hold it in that rack position. If you're progressing this skill, like Lauren here, stand over top or slightly behind your kettlebell, squat down. Oh, you're gonna hinge. Amazing, either one. Let's hinge like Lauren's. We're gonna hinge and we're gonna pull that kettlebell up the body into the same position I'm holding here. As Lauren's a little bit shorter than me, her squat stance might be different than mine, and that's okay. But from here, let's go for 3 repetitions of our squat. Pull ourselves down with control. And up, core brace, stand tall. Pull those heels together to guide tension on the way down. Core brace to stand tall. Repeat one last time. Up, and then hinge to the floor like Lauren, or wiggle out the feet and take that kettlebell or light implement and place it to the side. Let's do one get up all the way down and all the way back up. Progressions for the get up include the arm that Lauren instructed across our body to place it in this overhead position. Make sure that the shoulder can stay down and the elbow can stay straight. Out front is very okay for that arm to be for right now. Challenge that flexion, but listen to the endurance and the strength of that shoulder. So I'll take my hand in what we'll call a rack position again and press to overhead. Packing the shoulder, the leg I can touch will drop down into my lunge, and let's cue Lauren's 5, 4, 3, 2, soft down. Open to the side, rotation and hinge, finding the hand gripping the floor. Then slide through, find the elbow, and then press off that elbow, controlling to the floor. Keep that hand in what we'll call that firing range, and then extend the hip as we get back up, pulling on the floor. Transition from the elbow to a tall sit, shoulders are retracted, and then press and sweep. Slide the hand up the leg, square up your lunge, core brace like our squat to stand tall. Pull that arm back down and relax it out for a second. Let's get back to that squat. Do you feel okay with that load that you have? Do you want to go a little heavier? Let's add 2 repetitions to the number. So if we did 3 from before, we'll look to do 5 this set here. I'll be using my same weight, as will Lauren. Lauren standing over top of that kettlebell with 2 hands on, tight to the body, zipping up a coat, ending up in the goblet hold. Adjust your stance, breath in with a core brace, and pull the heels together to descend with strength. Core brace, up, extend. Repeat. And there's 2.
If you're holding that bell, it's just off your chest, just in front of you,
That's
not
3.
resting.
4.
Elbows in tight no matter what you're doing.
And 1 more. There's our 5. Hinge, return that load to the ground. And again, let's do a get up on the opposite side. For me, that'll be a left arm overhead, pressing. Leg I can touch, drops back in a lunge, and again a 5, 4, 3, 2, soft down. Open, rotate and hinge, find the floor, stack over top, and sweep. Next the elbow, push off the elbow to the ground, and then reverse up. Hip extension or pull first. The tall sit with shoulders retracted. Press the foot and the hand into the floor, sweeping the other leg. Slide up, square up, to the top, and pull down. Was 3 the number that's just right for you? Or how about 5? I like intervaling that from 3 to 5 to 3. Or was 3 too easy and 5's just right?
Our squats we're talking about.
Squats, 1 last set of squats. Be the last set of squats today. Interval or wave that load a little bit for strength and to improve and to finish nice and strong. I have my wood dumbbell here in the goblet hold. Lauren has her kettlebell. And let's go 3 to 5 squats. Heels together, up, core tension up. Heels together as we descend, and up. This is number 3. If that's where you're ending, that's okay. But join us for 2 more if we have it. And final 1, heels together, stand up tall, and return the bell to the ground. Nice. That's squats. If that's a hallmark of our squat, can you go over the hallmarks of our hinges there, Lauren?
The difference between a squat and a hinge is that in a hinge, our bottom stays higher than our knee. So standing tall with your feet slightly wider than your hips, probably not quite as wide as your squat. Take your hands, chop your hips back, and right now look down. Your feet are rooted in the floor and you're gripping so your arches are up with a nice arch shape. If you touch your shins, your hands and arms should remain perpendicular to the floor. Keep those shins perpendicular. You can feel that load through your hamstrings and glutes. If you check in with your core, you should have a nice neutral spine with loaded abs. And then from here, you push down and away from the floor and extend your hips to tall. Repeat 2 more times. Chop your hips, hips go back, shins vertical, load up hammies and glutes and abs, drop down and away to stand up tall. That upper body is folding, but our chest is still somewhat lifted. So we're not folding directly in half here where my upper body ends up parallel with the floor. We have a little bit of that 45-degree. Drive down and away, extend it tall. That angle is going to change depending on the length of your body. So don't get out the protractor and measure exactly, just approximate.
You got it. Last night, we have an advanced kettlebell class, and we were working on one-arm swings and cleans. The bodyweight drills that precede those include the timing drill and then the pop and chop. First, we'll work on that shadow swing or the timing drill. Standing tall in approximately your swing stance you just refined, place your hands out front. Protract shoulders as to round forward. Avoid this position going forward. So let's retract or pull those shoulder blades together. Now, standing tall, like in your plank from the warm-up, press those hands down towards connecting towards the groin or the thighs. Once they touch, that is when we can hinge in our swing. So press the hips back with the hands tight to the glutes and the chin neutral, spine long. Now keep the hands connected to the body as you slowly extend the hips to tall. Cramp your glutes like you're in your plank, and then let your hands float away from the body. Repeat. We're in a core brace, high plank tension, arms pressing down. When they connect to the hips, that's our cue to start hinging with our neutral spine, so avoid looking forward, and then keep the hands connected to the body, extend, and press. One more time. High plank tension, feet grounded and rooted into the floor. Once our hands connect, we'll hinge, pressing the hips back. Then hands stay as tight to the body for as long as possible, and then ultimately with ballistic power, they'd pop away. And we would shake that out. As we go forward with the next part of the workout, we'll be going in an I go, you go pattern. I'll be taking a kettlebell and walking it with a suitcase carry at my side. I'll do my right side as Lauren does between 5 and 10 repetitions of that very same drill. Then I'll switch sides and vice versa. Choose a team. You're either following me as we start, as I do a loaded carry, or you're following Lauren as she cues more of that shadow or timing swing. Let me get my kettlebell.
All right.
Let's go.
If you're carrying with Eden, hinge to pick up the bell, brace abs, lift, hold. Keep that bell away from your body. Nice tall posture. If you're with me, arms are back out front, shoulder retracted. Punch in the stomach, punch in the butt. Arms start to fall. Play chicken with that groin, then hinge when you need to. Feel your hands out behind you, tight to your body. Extend hips, whammo, fly. Let arms fall, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall. Hinge. Load up hammies and glutes, whammo, stay tall. Let bell fall, hinge. About 3 more. Extending those hips every time through, keeping that plank tension at the top. Did you do both sides?
Yep. No, just the one side.
Oh, are you going to do the other side?
No.
Oh, last one for us then.
Nice.
Bell falls, hinges, and parks on the floor. Up without.
So I made a little L shape there. I went forward 4 or 5 strides and backwards, and then right and left. Make a box, make an L, walk around a little bit in your room, and challenge that core. Join me as I'll cue that timing swing, and Lauren, the grip strength, core strength, and familiarize with that kettlebell. Open up your your hinge stance with your hands out front. Retract shoulders, hands are pressing towards thighs with the elbows straight. We'll set up our hinge, tight to the body, press the feet out into the ground, extend the hips with your plank cramp, and arms out front. Protract or reach forward just for once to feel that difference, end in retraction, and last time as you press down, hinge, tight to the body on the down, tight to the body on the up, out front, and finish with your wiggle. Let's alternate sides. I'll be gripping that kettlebell with my left arm here, front, back, and lateral. Lauren's cueing the hinge.
We're going to pick up the pace just slightly and add a little more of a pop and chop. So with those arms out front, elbows slightly bent, we're going to chop our hips back, extend, pop our hips forward. Chop, pop, chop, pop. Keep going on that timing pattern, which will help us for the timing when we actually have a bell in our hands. For 4, 3, at the top, punches, 2, Ramo, last one, and shake it out. Nice.
And hinge. I too love that pop and chop. So Team Ian, chop and pop as Team Lauren does that loaded carry on the other side. Arms out front, they could be flexed at the elbows. Chop on those hips, press the butt back, and then all the way through. Chop, hips back, pop, hips extend through. Chop, pop, chop, pop, chop, pop, maybe one or two more, and pop, and last one, and through. Awesome. Heart rate's going a little bit, working on that grip strength, core strength, and some of that endurance necessary for sets of swings. Next, we'll progress from carrying a load at our side to the load in the rack position on a single side. Using Lauren's cleaning or cheat clean from the ground to that rack, front side, back, make that L or box shape as Lauren continues the chop and pop.
One important part of our kettlebell swing that we need to go over is our starting position. Use your hinge, place your hands on your imaginary bell out front, pack your shoulders. This is your start. From here, stay the same height, pull your bell to zipper, hips drive through to extend, bell floats, bell falls, hinge, repeat, hop, control the down, hinge, hop, control that down. On the way down, you're playing that chicken game, so don't move, don't move, don't move, move. Last one up, we're gonna park the bell this time. Bell falls, hinge, through, place bell back where you got it, let it go, up without.
Excellent. Picking up that kettlebell from the ground. Arms out front, imaginary styles for right now. Arms out front and stay at the same height as we pull the hands to the groin. Then as Lauren cued, that ballistic push or extension through. Arms down, time it like our chicken game. Hands go back. And again, through and down. Marching on the spot, if you're out of room in your house, add fun variations to this drill as we'll do it one more time on our swing. All the way through. Let's return that kettlebell to the floor, timing it in our plank, hinging back, and bell or arms forward. Shake it, add that wiggle. We have one more side to do in that rack carry. Lauren, body weight drill.
Body weight drill. We're gonna put our pop and chop together and our shadow swing to get the timing and the movement. What that means is hinge, grip imaginary bells, pack shoulders, pull to zipper, up, let it fall, hinge, up, let it fall, hinge. 3 more, up, let it fall, hinge. 2, at the top, punch in the stomach and the butt. On this one, we park through, park bell, let go, up without. Whew. We're ready to swing.
Whew.
Second side.
There we go. So last time for Team Ian here, my team as we swing as well, we'll pretend to pull that kettlebell to the hike pass. Extend through, and then picking up the pace, the arms come down. We hinge, we pop through, we float. The arms come down, we hinge, we pop through, shoulders are retracted, pull down. Last one is we go back, drive through, core is still braced, shoulders are still retracted, hinge back, and return the arms to the front. Nice. Can we do some kettlebell swings here? Do you feel okay to do a little bit of a swing with a bell? If not, let's first do a deadlift. And if you feel safe and strong with that, let's try to put it together for low numbers of reps of our swing. Lauren, exhibit L over here, looking wonderful in that deadlift hinge. The kettlebell is traveling straight up and down the body, core braced. Again, our deadlift precedes the kettlebell swing. Take your time, build your strength and endurance through the core to connect those movements. Let's deadlift just a couple, and then we'll take it over in some I go, you go swings. Standing right over top of that bell, chop hips, grab, preload. Could you pull up 99% of the load without it actually leaving the floor? And then to tall, shoulders back. Return the kettlebell to the floor. Repeat, shoulders back, through that preload to tall. Last one together, and to tall, return. Body weight up. I go, you go. Lauren will do 5 repetitions of a swing. I'll be resting. Then I'll do 5 repetitions of a swing. Join us in either the swing, the chop and pop, or any of those versions of the drills we've shared today to stay strong, build that awareness, and improve your endurance. 5 swings, Lauren. Take it away.
Using your hinge. Set up, hips are back, hand on bell. Grip bell, tipping it onto its belly. Pack shoulders. Inhale, pull. Strong. Through. 3. 2 more. That bell's flying to chest height. Through and park.
Nice. Take a look if you're unfamiliar or new to this as well, but these are awesome looking kettlebell swings there.
At the top, you're going to have that strong plank position, exhaling each time as those hips snap through, inhaling as the bell falls.
High tension throughout that swing, so practice a little bit loosey-goose skills in between. We'll do 4 rounds of this. Lauren is on her 2nd round of 4. Replace the bell to the ground, stand up, and switch.
As you're doing these swings, remember to hinge those hips back every time, loading up that slingshot. Last done. Round 3 here.
Round 3. We always want to start strong and finish stronger. Go through moments of that duress or some stress, but ultimately come back and feel good with your accomplishment.
Taking the time in that setup position to pack your shoulders, retract your blades, brace your core even before the bell leaves the floor. 1 more round for us.
We love consistency. This is the most intense part of our workout, but practice consistency. Be breathless, but again, come back to that place where we know it's okay.
Finishing last set team here, Ian, whether it's your deadlift, your pop and chops, your shadow swings, finishing strong and parking the bell with control. Nice, shaking it out.
Shaking it out. If we could come back for one final movement that connects the movement clock with a fun variation. We'll practice our best sumo squats here for 1 quick set. Practice balance, practice stability, and practice those places in between for fun. Get in that sumo stance. Again, it might be 2 shoulder widths apart. From here, let's pull ourselves into our squat and stand on one leg, connecting the other ankle down low. Then point and down. Other side, same thing. Hold down here for a couple seconds. Repeat. Press, perhaps climb the leg, straighten, toe ball heel. Other side. Whoop. And up, and point, and down. Repeat 2 more repetitions. Stay low, or climb that leg just a little bit. Land gracious. Press through. Nice and tall. Nice and strong. And now 1 more time each side. Little balance, little fun, and open up those hips in a stretch. And point, down, up, and wiggle it out. Thank you very much for joining us today at this beginner bodyweight and kettlebell experience. As we said last night, we have one of our harder skills and drills sections, and we do these drills today to help us in a practice like that. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Thank you for being here. We look forward to doing it again.
Okay, you winded
I'm
there?
winded off those swings.
We look forward to doing this again next week.
Yeah.
Or anytime in the archives you can practice.
You got it.
Thanks for joining us. Stay strong. Take care. And see you soon.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.